Alright everyone, we start off today with a clip that I didn't know existed, link in the description, not archived, it's a literal video clip. This is Kamalaharris rambling about wokeness, and several people sent it to me. Now I don't know if this is a new clip, or if this is from a while ago, and it's just being recycled for political purposes, but she's a psycho. She is the girl that you definitely do not want to date. Don't stick your dick in crazy. She's lost it as of whenever this video was recorded. Again, I don't know if this is from the other day, literally, and it's a new thing, or whether it's, you know, something that's from years ago that people just dug back out. It's like, be woke. You need to be woker. However woke you are, you need to be woker than that. And she's like laughing like a hyena during this particular video clip. There is something seriously wrong with this individual. She is not acting in a normal way. It's almost like, to compensate for the fact that she doesn't have human feelings, because she's a fucking psycho, she's like putting on a facade, so she ends up being like hyperbolic when she laughs and stuff like that. Normally a person only laughs that way and if they're blasted out of their mind on drugs or something like that. Like literally, take a fucking look at it if you don't fucking believe me. I'm capable of finding things funny, but I don't laugh my ass off at something that's clearly not humorous. And clearly just telling people to be more woke is not a particularly funny thing. I mean, you might agree with it politically, but how is it humorous? How's it even a joke? I mean Kamalaharris is a joke, but I was watching this, and I'm like, what the fuck am I even watching at this point? Yeah, you know, the laughter will become contagious, and I'll be laughing, but I'll be laughing at her, not with her. It's sort of like when dead babies are mentioned. The normal reaction is, oh, a dozen orphans died. Well, that's too bad. Jesus, that's sad. Kamalaharris's reaction is, Trump is responsible for it. That's basically her reaction to tragic events, like the current economy. It's rebounding a little bit, which means it's probably a foreshock, which is actually terrible, but we'll see what happens with that. The average person, though, if they see like footage of a drone strike that kills a bunch of orphans, their natural reaction is usually not to laugh. Their natural reaction is usually to express sympathy, pity, you know, like my condolences, like it makes me feel bad. You know, these little kids and they died and stuff like that. No, not with Kamala. No, Kamala finds it fucking hilarious. She finds herself hilarious more than anything else, though, I've noticed. She always does the hyena laugh, like when she's trying to elaborate on a point. Even if the point is just really cut and dry and there's nothing humorous about it at all. Like, okay, you need to be more woke. Ha ha ha. Okay, that doesn't even register on the humor scale. Why are you bursting out laughing uncomfortably and very noisily? This is why I think still that Trump will win re-election. Trump has made a couple of mistakes lately. With regards to debate scheduling, I think he should have come out and said, not only will I be at the ABC debate, I demand a second debate because I was told I would have 2 debates with the nominee, and so the Biden debate doesn't count. He has made statements that have given his enemies, for example, ammunition against him. Like, I have no problem with what he said on the Black podcast there, but independent voters might have a problem with it. Here's the thing, though. Kamala is so poorly spoken that all Trump has to do is expose her more to the public. They're trying to hide her. They're doing the same thing as they did with Hyde and Biden. They wanted to hide the evidence of his cognitive decline from the public in order to get him, well, not elected, but selected. In order to have that plausibility, they've got to hide Kamalaharris too. They're not going to be able to rig her into there. There's no way she can win an election on her own merits. She's tied to an administration that was deeply unpopular. She's even less coherent than Joe is sometimes. All Trump has to do is bring her to the forefront and expose her to the public. Right now, he's not doing that. He's allowing her to get away with hiding. That's a tragic mistake, and it needs to stop. The Trump administration is well worn. You need to debate Kamala. You need to debate her twice, if possible, or make her look like a coward when she says, no, I don't want to go on the Fox News Network, or something like that. Put the onus on her. And expose this kind of thing to the American public. right now, a lot of people, they've never really seen much of Kamala Harris. They don't know what her platform on issues is. They don't know about the fact that she laughs psychotically when dead kids are mentioned. All Trump has to do, therefore, is bring up something like the Afghan withdrawal and say, like, oh, it was so terrible when those Americans died. And Kamala Harris will laugh nervously at the question. And then she'll give some vacuous statement that doesn't even make any sense and doesn't convey any real message. And people will begin to get the memo. They'll understand that she's a bimbo, which she is. She's fucking retarded. And they'll understand that she's a psychopath. That's all that you need to do. And she is a psychopath. Like a legit, like minted, actual psychopath. Like if she were in for a exam on her mental health, the doctor would be like, what the fuck did I just wade into? It's not like Joe Biden. Joe Biden's demented. But there was a time when he was normal. Okay, you don't have to agree with his ideology. You can think he's wrong, anti-gunner and the Tough on Crime 94 bill. And I disagree with these things. But at the very least, like, he was capable of conveying a message to people. He was capable of, he knew where he was, in other words. With Kamala, I'm not 100% sure. She doesn't need to be demented to be out to lunch. She's fucking terrible. And the fact is that there are people that are being taken in by her shtick because the Trump campaign so far over the last couple of weeks hasn't really done what it needs to countermand her. I still favor him to win, but I would rather this not be a squeaker. I'd rather this be a crushing defeat for Kamala Harris. Force her to debate not just once, but twice. Come out and show this goddamn clip, among other things, over and over in your ads. Show people how unlikable and incoherent she is. Let off the id poll. Let her do that. She's going to be the queen of id poll. She's female and she's BIPOC. So you can't really do anything about that. You need to be the unity candidate. We're Americans. I was not under the impression that a black and a white American were fundamentally different. Say things like that. Unity message. You'll be the unifier and the sane, coherent person in the room, and Kamala will be cackling at dead kids and constantly talking about race and gender and all of the other stuff that has lost the Democrats their support. That's what the Trump campaign needs to do. It is a desperate need also because our economy right now is teetering on the brink. Diplomacy is teetering on the brink. Do I trust that Kamala Harris isn't going to both collapse the economy and start a major war if given a 4-year tenure as president? No, I don't. Even if I fucking hated Trump, I would still fucking vote for him. Saw a cool dude, actually, older dude in the gas station this morning. He had a MAGA hat on. Says, like, you know, nice hat. And, you know, he's like, he liked that. He's having his morning coffee. No, the stakes are too high. And again, this is not a black pill channel in any way, shape, or form. You know that if you've watched me for more than a week. I'm an eternal optimist. But I don't see optimistic things happening if Kamala Harris is elected. I see her fucking up over and over again. Fucking up diplomacy, fucking up the economy, certainly fucking up gun rights in the energy sector. We need to stop her. The Trump campaign needs to get more serious, and people who support him need to pull weight as well. Again, knock on doors, harvest a ballot, grab your reluctant friend and go early vote. Do whatever you have to do in order to get Trump elected over Kamala Harris. It would be a goddamn disaster. And don't say I didn't warn you. If she is elected, things will get bad. They're going to get bad anyway, but we can have a soft landing with Donald Trump, who actually knows how to manage an economy and knows how to talk to foreign leaders, or we can have a really hard landing. Like, it's the difference between when you're landing your little plane. You know, a Cessna's coming in for a landing. One of its wheels breaks off and it skids around, but ultimately everyone on board is okay. That's Donald Trump. With Kamala Harris, it's more like the pilot was completely plastered out of their mind and just slammed it into the tarmac and everyone fucking died in an inferno. That's basically what we're dealing with right now. That's about all. Peace out.